I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So pretty much it's been a few days and I'm gonna see if I can get some work done on the EK sedan. As some of you guys know, we did get some parts in on the last one. We managed to get 2 more other parts in, and those parts we'll get to them shortly. I also did pick up a hood that I'm going to be kind of chopping up and refabricating on it, or try my best at least. And that's what I want to try to get done for this video. Hopefully I can get it done so that way we can send it off and pretty much get a mold made out of it. It's honestly just going to look like a Jay's replica. So as you guys can see here, this is the hood that I picked up. It's just an OEM hood that looks like it was chopped and cut up a little bit, and then the center section was brought down. But unfortunately this would not work with my setup, and I'll show you guys the reason why. So as you can see here, the hood does not close with the hood the way it currently configured. So I picked this hood up yesterday, and pretty much I sat in here doing a little bit of measuring. So what I'm gonna have to do is pretty much cut up the top section of it where it's flaring downwards, down here, and basically just let it raise upwards so that I can see how much clearance we need and how much of a drop we'll have. The hood is pretty much going to be having another lip right here that's going to be flaring inwards a little bit, along with the sides and everything else. So it'll kind of look like, you know, like a box in, but it'll be flaring inwards. Not sure if I'm explaining that right, but hopefully you guys will get the understanding of what I'm trying to do with this hood. And then also we'll be adding like a center piece here in the middle of it. I'll take the measurement and do a, you know, pretty much a center piece where it comes from here down to here, so that it helps the structure wise, and it'll have kind of like the same design that this has right here, as it's pretty much going to be flowing inwards and a slant. So let's just go ahead and see what we can do with this hood, so that way we can see how much we're going to need for it to close, because it is a pretty big gap from here to here. And the reason why it has that gap is because of the manifold. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but pretty much the manifold is where it's touching at. Let's see if we can get a better picture. So there you go. So you can see right there, it's pretty much hitting the manifold, so it needs to come upwards. So let's just go ahead and see what we can do to get that to fit. So from the bottom portion, I think what I'm going to end up doing is pretty much cutting these tacks off that are going up on not this side of the sheet metal here, but the one that's on the bottom. I'm going to cut it to see if I can make this part just flare up and leave this here, so that when it's time to do the measurement, I can mark it on the inside of how much of a down slope we'll have in the inside. So pretty much let me go ahead and do that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can cut it, and that way we can get that contour pretty much fixed on that hood, so we can get it closed over this RBC manifold. And that is the main issue with the K-swaps. It's always a manifold with the hoods, because usually it's always a smoother slope. I don't need it to be as drastic or anything like that. I just really wanted to make my own hood already, so that we can start offering it for some of the other people that really can't offer, really afford the J's one. As we know, they're very expensive. So this one will be at a cheaper cost, of course, and it'll be easier, as we'll just offer them in fiberglass and occasional carbon fiber if needed.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy.
Alright guys, so pretty much as you guys see me cut right now, we dropped, actually it had to come up a significant amount. As you can see down in that corner piece, it looks like it dropped maybe about, or lifted up about maybe ½ an inch. So basically I'm going to give it a little bit higher still. Sorry about that angle, but looks like I'm going to go up a little bit higher, so that way I can at least try to get it as level as possible, because at the end of the day I don't want it touching the RBC manifolds, and I want to be able to give it a couple of inches at least, so that way we can get it to fit correctly. All this will be body worked either way. I'm not worried about it because it is full of Bondo right here, so I got to bring it down. Like I said, I think I am going to end up taking a few measurements from here to here and basically just lifting it up from the center. I'm only going to be giving honestly maybe about a ½ an inch of slope, because in all honesty I think that's all that it really needs. And if I lift it up from where you can see it right there, I think we'll have a perfect fit. I'm going to be adding here metal from this point to this point. I'm not going to be doing it personally. What I'm going to do is put a piece of cardboard, fill it in with foam, and then try to get the slope the way I need it, and then that way I can start doing the sides. But we'll go ahead and tackle this right now, hopefully see if we can get that done in this video at least, and do a little bit of more progress to it. I'm not a fabricator or any of that stuff. This is just really the way I wanted to do something for this car, because at the end of the day, I'm building this car. I want this hood to be built by me. Even though I know most of it, the work has already been done, we still got more work to do to it, as far as, you know, shaping the sides and making it honestly look like a J's or a Charge Speed first molding, or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, I want these to actually have a good design to them, because that's what I really hope for these. I really don't want a big gap to it. I'm probably going to cut maybe, I had marked this much that I was going to cut off, but I don't think I'm going to cut that much anymore. I think what I'm going to do is cut half of it, and that way we have an opening, so that way when we do the molding here, the mold here, we'll have enough to be able to cover it up and pretty much have that set in stone. But I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get that done right now and see if we can get it welded up at least. Alright guys, welcome back. So pretty much what I'm going to end up doing now is pretty much using this as a cardboard template. I'm going to try to see if I can get the angle of this to where I want it. I'm going to be doing one section at a time, and then I'll currently fill it in when I make the other mold for the side, once I get the angle that I basically need. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is pretty much just see what I can get done right here at this point and see if I can fill it in. I'm going to go ahead and lift the hood up right now, do it from the inside, because I got to get this angle coming in, more of an angle, I guess you can say, this way. So it has to go this way in order for it to fully look symmetrical. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get that done, and then we'll pick back up on it right now when we get that. Alright guys, so pretty much this is the look that we're pretty much going for. As you can see, it has a slant to it and it has a little bit of curvature to it. I kind of wanted it to come up more, and then what I'm going to do is cut off here and fold this part downwards to the angle that I want, so that we can follow the same angle going this way and still like blend it in. It's going to be the same thing that way. I still haven't done anything with the center yet, because pretty sure I already know where I'm going to cut at and where it needs to go. At the end of the day, I'll mark it right there, because I'm not going to be the one making the mold for it. A buddy of mine is going to be doing it, and pretty much I'll be sending the hood with them over there, so that way they can tackle all of that and get that handled over there. But for now, I think we're looking good. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can follow this contour right here, this opening. We'll shut it down here and follow it that way, so that way it all flows through. So hopefully we can get that done, so we can start making some good progress on this. I want to be able to get this hood done, at least for this video. At least as far as getting that filled with expanding foam and start shaping it, and then putting some Bondo on it, and then that way we can get it to the fabricator. What's up guys, welcome back. So pretty much, as you guys can see now, hopefully this gives you guys a better understanding of what's going on. It all pretty much matches. There's still a little touch-ups I'm going to be doing to it right now on this side, so that we can get the contour of it. But pretty much this is the way I wanted it to look. So this is one side. As you guys can see, it pretty much contours inwards and flares in, and then it pretty much goes into a straight line, thinning out. The front is pretty much doing the same, as you can see here. And that's what I really wanted. Was I'm going to keep following it now from here, this point to this point, and I'm going to do it the same length as that one right there, and pretty much try to get it as symmetrical as possible. Like I said, this isn't going to be the final design. I'm really just wanting to do this so that I can get an idea of what it's going to look like, and we will be chopping pretty much the extra piece here that I'm not going to need, because at the end of the day, it's not going to be needed. But this gives you an idea. Hopefully you guys can understand what I'm doing. Yeah, let's just keep going and see how far along we can get with this. So pretty much all I did was, this is where I'm going to be using right here, this portion. So I angled it to 16 inches that I needed. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and trim it, basically repeat the same process that I did over here, and let's just go ahead and get to that part. I just wanted to show you guys how I'm doing it. Honestly, just basic cardboard, and what I'm going to be filling it in with, what I'm going to do is drill a hole in it, a big enough hole so where I can get some of the expanding foam inside of it, so hopefully it'll adhere to it. By the time it gets to it, then we'll go ahead and put body work onto it and do the finishing touches so that way it can hold it in position. But that's the main goal for this whole thing. So hopefully it works out. This is my first time doing it. I'm not a professional, and you know what they say, you know, you can't really do anything about it until you try it. And I'm learning from my mistakes, you know, and just hopefully I can get better in the future. And that's what my whole goal is. So hopefully let's just get to it and see how it comes out. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So pretty much got a little bit of work done on the hood, as you guys can see. It took me a little while from the last clip. Things weren't coming out as smooth, but I'm really happy with the way this is turning out right now. As you guys can see now, what I was talking about, hopefully you guys can see it, but you can see the swoop here as far as it going backwards. The sides also do the same thing, and that's what basically I wanted for it to do. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm hoping that it all looks symmetrical. If not, we can always keep adding. This isn't going to be the final part or final step to all this stuff anyways. But what I'm going to keep doing right now is making it pretty much a little bit more solid. I'm going to add some more tape on the bottom of it and stuff like that, so that we can get good adhesion, so that way it doesn't burst open when we put the expanding foam inside. The expanding foam isn't really going to help a lot, but it's going to give me the shape, kind of start off the shape that I really need for all this. But hopefully you guys like what's going on. Again, guys, I'm not a professional. If any of you guys do know how to do all this stuff, chime in, please. Let me know your thoughts of what I could have did better. I'm willing to listen, because you know, we all learn from our mistakes. But again, guys, I think this is pretty much where we're gonna be leaving off at. I'm gonna do the next one right now. What I'm gonna be looking into, I'm gonna measure here once pretty much this is all said and done. So once I can foam this part, I'll start doing the center part, because it's gonna have the same contour as the sides, going from the center of the hood and on top of the hood, so that way that's pretty much set. But I think I'm going to leave that for my friend that's going to do the hood, and so that way we can make a little bit more progress on it, as I stated, you know, because I still got to cut this open right here. So let's just get to it. I'm going to go ahead and throw some foam on it, and we'll pick up either tomorrow. I'm going to give it some time, so that way it can expand and harden, and then we'll go ahead and see. We'll remove it and see how it looks. If we got to redo it, we'll redo it. Ain't no biggie in that. You know, it took a couple of hours, but at the end of the day, I'm willing to learn and keep making progress on this car. All right, guys, pretty much I put expanding foam in the inside already, and we're just gonna let it cure and see wherever it takes us at. At the end of the day, remember, guys, this is just a trial. I'm gonna see how it goes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It is what it is. And I'll just use some body filler to make the lines a lot straighter and smoother, and fill in any other spots. I can still fill it in with the expanding foam on it on top, and I'll go ahead and do that after, if anything, once we unveil it. So we'll go ahead and take it apart. Once it's dried, we'll give it a couple minutes, maybe a couple of hours actually, and just pick up on it when we can pick up on it. So let's just stay tuned, guys.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me, respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say? Yeah, I'ma do.
What's up guys, welcome back. So pretty much as you guys seen on the last clip, I was cutting the bottom part of the hood to make sure we got enough clearance for the intake manifold. We already had enough clearance from the beginning, but it was just out there cutting it open. I just really wanted to get rid of that excess because when we make the mold, pretty much we're going to make it as smooth as possible. We're still going to be pretty much just shaving it down, making it smooth still. It's not perfect yet on the bottom of the hood, but all that will be finalized at the later details when it's being made for the mold. But I did end up making the center structure part. It's just the design. It's basically off of the Jay's Racing style hood for the EK chassis. Some of you guys may know what it looks like, some of you guys may not know what it looks like, but pretty much I just really wanted to do this on my own because at the end of the day I want to be able to fabricate them, make some of them, and be able to offer them to people at a less cost, of course. But pretty much this is what I've been doing all day yesterday, and this is what I got finalized. So as you can see now, pretty much we have the whole sides done. We have the curvature of the way we want it to flow. You know, basically it'll slant this way. This will be shaved down with fiberglass because it will be going pretty much up this way. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with the way this is coming out so far. I really have no complaints about it. And then as you guys can see here, pretty much it is dead even with the Honda logo. Everything is not lined up, so it still needs to be shifted around a little bit, but we got it as close as possible. I put the fenders on just so that we can see that the hood has no real big issues with it or anything like that. On the corners, everything pretty much lines up beautiful. It has a little bit of lining that needs to go this way a little bit to tweak it, which is the reason why if you look at the center portion of the structure part, we're still going to be doing this part. I'm not gonna sure if I'm going to leave this or not. I kind of dig it without it. As you guys seen that I cut basically the bottom part, I trimmed it. I did end up tacking it on both sides on the back part, so I thought it would hold the structure. And honestly, I'm really digging the way it came out. To some people, you know, it's like just basically making a replica of it. Yeah, I'm making a replica of it, but it's better for me to do it this way, so that at least I know the fitment on it is perfect. I'm not saying Jay's is not perfect because I know they put a lot of time and basically devotion into their stuff too, but at the end of the day, this is the way I wanted my hood to look, the way I wanted to be able to fabricate my own and be able to offer it. And I think honestly this looks very, very good. I think this is pretty much where we're going to end this video at. Like I said, you know, I'm happy I was able to do this. You know, when I first got the hood, basically it was just a straight cut down here and it wouldn't clear the intake manifold. As we all see now, basically we have full clearance on the intake manifold for the K series, and with enough room to spare for all the ports that usually are up here, which is the reason why I basically had to cut it to help clear for the K swaps, because on these K swaps we do have this vacuum port. And basically I will be putting mine back on, or I may relocate it on the bottom. But at the end of the day, at least we know that this hood fits, and it will fit K-swaps with the RBC manifolds, and even possibly Skunk 2 manifolds, because at the end of the day, we still have a lot of room underneath, as you guys can see. But pretty much this is where we're going to end the video at. I do want to show you guys what parts did arrive, and let's go ahead and get to that right now. Sorry guys, I got antsy and pretty much I opened the box myself. I already had looked at it, but we did end up getting pretty much our turbo manifold that we'll be running on this car. And this turbo manifold is actually a turbo manifold from Just TIG. It's a badass manifold. This manifold is rated up to 550 horsepower, possibly a little bit more. Maybe we can squeeze out of it, but at the end of the day, that is the end goal for me, for myself, is around 550. Of course, I don't think I'm going to be making that much power in this car because it is a stock block. Even though we will be running a lot of upgraded parts, I'm not going to try to go for the max right off the back or any of that stuff, because we all know I do really want to build a motor, an extra motor that is fully built for this car. But at the end of the day, I will be happy if I make 450 horsepower, 500 horsepower. I also ended up picking up this K2 no-cut shift box. I know some of you guys may say this is a crap shifter and so on and so forth, and I agree with you guys. I'm not saying you guys are absolutely wrong, but at the end of the day, this is what I'm going to be running right now because I really don't want to cut my center console. I will be upgrading to the hybrid racing one once I can afford it, in all honesty, because my pockets ain't deep right now. But at the end of the day, I am going to send this out to get powder coated, refreshened up. I am going to polish out all the aluminum again and pretty much get it looking like brand new. So I thought when we do got to sell it, or if we do sell it, I can sell it for a good cost, at least get my money back for it, you know, with the me repowder coating it and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, this is what I'm going to be running right now. I'm still waiting on a few parts to arrive. I'm still waiting for the turbo manifold, intercooler piping, and some other stuff. But hopefully all that's arrived soon. I did order again the fiberglass resin and the fiberglass and the tools so we can get this resined in fiberglass and a lot more stiffer, because I did put expanding foam inside of it and it's really stiff. As you guys can see, there's really no movement to it, but I really want to try to get the fiberglass on it. I'm going to trim a lot of this tape off so that way when it's time to place the fiberglass, it adheres to the metal itself. But again, guys, I think this is what we're going to call the video, and hopefully I can get it up on time. But with that being said, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Please like, subscribe, and honestly share this video. And again, I really want to say thank you guys for the 100+ subscribers already. The views are going up, and please guys, just keep it flowing, and it'll give me a lot more momentum to keep going with this car. But again, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Till next time.
I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit, I look